Here with Fort Atkinson head coach Steve Mahoney after the Blackhawks 7-3 loss against Mount Horeb Barneveld tonight. Coach, just overall thoughts first.
You know, I thought it was a good football game. We did a lot of things. If you would have told me it was going to be 3-0 at halftime, I would have thought twice. You know, I was impressed with how our defense really competed over and over and over. They were in the hole a lot in the first half. We weren't able to get good field position, get out of the hole, and they were able to respond, force some good turnovers. You know, offensively, it just wasn't a very good night for us. I think we were 14 of 32 throwing. Preston had 16 rushes for only about 50 yards. Mount Horeb was pretty physical on defense and ran well. And, you know, to our credit as well, we just didn't do the things that we needed to do. We missed a few strikes, we dropped a few balls, missed a few blocks, and that's part of the process. So for us, we made it a positive. We head into Badger South play next week against Oregon. We want to be real sharp.
Coach, you talked about that defense, and they really built momentum off that last game against Sauk Prairie. Nico Rossioli with an early interception to keep Mount Horeb out of the end zone early, and also Nathan Schultz with a strip and a fumble recovery in that first half. That's got to be positive for you.
That's huge, and that's just how that defense plays. They're just competitive, and they've got a kind of a good rapport with each other. They really pick each other up. You know, Mount Horeb had some nice drives that we ended, you know, especially with Nico's interception right away, and then Schultz's was just a huge momentum changer right in front of our sidelines, got everybody fired back up. Key is you got to capitalize, you know, on offense when you have those things happen with those sudden changes, but that was a cool thing for our defense tonight.
Come on halftime down 3-0. Make a nice drive the first half. Connor O'Brien with a nice diving catch. Matt Romans just misses Jared Edwards, and you guys settle for a field goal. How much does that hurt?
It did hurt. You know, it would have been nice to have the lead there to put their backs against the wall, you know, and make it 7-3 as opposed to 3-3. But, you know, that's how it goes. And that's the things that we're working with these guys on is nothing's ever going to go right at times, and we've got to face that adversity, you know. And we did that at points tonight, and when adversity faces itself, you just got to keep pushing through. And that's something that we'll get better at as the season goes on.
We talked about balance on your offense before the game today. Obviously, it was a struggle. Passing game just seemed a bit off tonight.
Yeah, it did, you know, and it started because they took our run game away. They were able to bring some heavy pressure inside the box. You know, I don't think Matt was sacked at all tonight. We were able to get rid of the football, but, you know, if it just, you know, the timing was off tonight. You could see that. And that's something that, you know, it's early. We've got some new connections for Matt this year, and we'll get that figured out, you know. And, again, the credit goes to Mount Horeb. They're big, long, and lanky, and they run pretty well on defense. So, you know, they take away those throwing lanes a little bit.
You said they run pretty well on defense, but they got their run game going on offense as well in the second half. Glassman kid comes in and really starts hurting you up the middle, which seemed like he did the most damage.
Yeah, we felt real confident, especially after the first half, that we didn't think they were going to be able to run the ball particularly well because they didn't in the first half. But I think they got committed to that, and it's a momentum thing. Once they get a few yards and they get chugging, you know, they start believing a little bit more, and they put our defense on its heels a little bit. And again, I think they fatigued us. You know, they had a fresh back in there, and we were rotating kids in and out on defense all night, but we spent a lot of time on that field with our defensive kids, you know, and that's, you know, hold Mount Horeb to 17, you know, that's a high-powered offense, one of the better on. I thought it was still an exceptional effort by our defense.
Coach, is a very good test for you. How do you feel going into conference play?
You know, I like this team. I really do. I think they play for each other. I think they do things right, and I think they're pretty talented. You know, this is one of the top teams in the North. They're going to give lots of teams fits, obviously with the big win over Milton the first week. They're a good football team, and we're neck and neck. You take a few plays away, add us a few plays, I think it could be a different football game. If you watch this game, I don't think it was clearly dominated by Mount Horeb. I think it was a good football game, and that's what we wanted to do, is play a good football game.
Coach Mahoney, thank you very much, and we'll see you next week at Oregon at home.
All right, thank you.